In this video, I'm going to be testing out a new platform that lets anyone build web apps with AI. The platform is called Rocket, and we're going to be building an app with zero coding experience whatsoever. On this channel, I cover all types of AI platforms and use cases, so non-technical people could stay ahead in this fast-moving world of AI. So with that being said, let's get into it. All right, guys, so the platform I'm going to be using in this video to build an app with AI is actually called Rocket, and this product is in beta, so I'm really excited to try it out for the sake of this video. So let's go ahead and first of all talk about kind of the interface of this platform. So like a lot of these other AI app builders, it has this text prompt here, or this text box where we're actually able to write in our prompt. We have the ability to attach some, attachments here if we want to give an example of a user interface we're trying to emulate. And then we also have an import Figma frame or file import here. So if we have a Figma template or a Figma frame that we actually want to implement that we went ahead and created on that platform, we could actually go ahead and do so. Basically, this app allows us to prompt, develop, iterate, and deploy. Looks like we could actually deploy to Netlify as well as push our code to GitHub for us to actually take it and actually, build fully functioning apps with it. It has all these frameworks, and then it also integrates with all of these different platforms like Supabase, Figma, Netlify, Stripe, OpenAI, Anthropic, Gemini, Perplexity, all these different platforms. So that is great. Let's go ahead and move on now to the prompt and actually begin building this app. All right, so here is the prompt that I'm actually giving Rocket initially. So build me a directory for AI tools called AI for Non-Techies. This will be an app that allows me to showcase all of my favorite tools that I personally use based on these categories. And I give different categories for different AI tools that I enjoy using. And I want the app to have a clean, modern UI, but not have too much information. So I want to basically recreate something like this app a little bit called There's an AI for that. And so basically what this platform is just basically a directory of all these different AI tools that, you could use if you're trying to understand AI and find different tools for certain tasks. So basically I'm going to try to recreate a similar version to that I could link as a resource to my YouTube channel. Let's run with that. I'm going to hand that off to Rocket, and now it's going to begin trying to understand the request, and it's actually going to ask me a couple of questions here, as you can see. So what I want this to actually be a web app instead of a mobile app, and then it's also going to ask me what framework I would like to use. I'm just going to go with whatever the default framework is because I'm not too picky about this. I'm not a developer, so let's just click on that, and now it's working on my request. All right, so lastly, it's actually going to ask me which of these different screens I'd like to actually add to our app. I'm going to mention token consumption is directly related to the number of screens generated. Let's go ahead. I'm going to identify which ones I actually need to add to my apps. Let's do homepage with category overview, tool directory with category filtering. Let's do tool detail view, and then let's add search results as well. So now I could go ahead and begin building my app. All right, so next up, we're actually going to see this screen here, and it says it's going to take 10 to 25 minutes to build our app per your request. So one thing about Rocket is it takes a bit longer to actually generate our apps, but they basically mention that they build well-researched, well-designed, well-written, functional solutions every time. So it'll be interesting to see how true of a statement that is, but it will take a bit of time. Let's go ahead and let this thing run, and I'm hoping that it actually builds a pretty well-functioning app, given that it will take a bit of time to actually do this. All right, so here we go. Here is actually what Rocket gave us on our first initial output. So we have our AI tools directory, discover AI tools made simple. It actually did not title this, AI for non-techies, which I actually wanted to do. So maybe I'm going to instruct it to do that here in a second. So here we go. This looks good. Let me play around. This won't be, fully functional yet, but let me just look up. All right, so let's take a look at the different pages I have. So we have this home page here. Let's go to directory. So we have a directory here of our different platforms, which looks like it actually showcases real platforms like ChatGPT, Midjourney, Claude, Zapier. That all looks great. It also shows, content creation. It shows AI coding. It shows LLMs. So this looks pretty solid so far. Next up, what I'm going to do, I'm going to come here and just give it a couple things to change. So here's the prompt that I'm actually going to give it. So I want you to change the name of this to AI for non-techies. Also, now let's add a function where I could add a new tool. This is going to be a big part of the app because obviously I need to go ahead and be able to add the different tools that I use, and that way my audience can understand what am I actually using. And then once we add a tool, let's use the Perplexity API to research the tool and automatically add the descriptions along with a link to use it. So essentially currently we're just going to be using Perplexity API to do research on all the tools once added. So I don't need to go through and actually write a description on what it actually is. Before I go ahead and do that, let me actually go ahead and see how detailed this is. So if I click on this, I could view the details of our apps, which is pretty cool. It shows ChatGPT, breaks down what ChatGPT is, key benefits and whatnot. So far, the user interface of this app is pretty solid off of one singular prompt that we've actually given it so far. So let's go ahead and move forward with this second prompt and see how Rocket is able to actually handle this prompt. All right, looks like we actually need to add our Perplexity API key. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. And now I have the ability to actually go and add a tool, which is crucial for our app to actually work. So I could come here, let's just say rocket.new. And then I could just input the website URL. And what I could do is I could click research tool, and it's going to call the Perplexity API that essentially will research this for me and then automatically generate these fields here. So it breaks down the description. It also breaks down the key features, use cases, breaks down the pricing here, benefits. That's pretty sweet. And then I have to personally go ahead and add the category. So I'm going to add it to the AI coding category. And now I could click add tool. And now it says that the tool actually has been added. So let me go ahead and see if that's actually been added here. Looks like that currently is not reflecting inside of our user interface. So let's go ahead and make that actually reflect onto our actual app. All right. So next up is actually prompting me to connect Supabase. Supabase is basically where we're going to store this information. So let me go ahead and click connect here. This is how we're going to actually add functionality to this app. Looks like I need to provide access here. So authorize Rocket. Now it looks like I just need to go ahead and select a project. So let me create a project in Supabase. All right. So now I'm just connecting it to my AI directory Supabase project that I created. I'm going to click on save now. Now it's actually going to integrate my Supabase project, and apparently it's going to take a couple minutes. So let's let it do its thing. All right. So now it's actually asking me to push a schema to Supabase. So I'm just going to click on push that, and hopefully this, does the job. And hopefully it'll start working. All right, now if I go ahead and check inside of Supabase, if I check the tables, there are now all these different tables. So we have categories, which looks great. We have our tool reviews, we have tools, we have user favorites, we have user profiles and whatnot. So it looks like our database is up and functioning now. Let me go ahead and test it out just to be sure. So I'm gonna come over to add a tool. Looks like I actually need to authenticate and actually create an account in order to add a new tool, which is a good idea here. So let's go ahead, click create account. Now I can actually add a tool. So again, let's try this one more time. Let's say rocket.new, and then let's add our URL here and then click on research. Should now research the tool and then automatically add this and save this to our database. So now only authenticated users have the ability to add tools to our directory, which is great. Let's go ahead, select category. Let's call it AI coding. I'm going to add our tool to directory. All right, guys. So taking a look now, I was actually able to add our new tools here. As you can see, we have recently added tools, and this is actually inside of our Supabase. So this stores, as you can see here, we have all these different tools that we've actually added. I went ahead, I added another one called Perplexity, as we could see here. So take a look at that. We have a directory now that we created from scratch using AI, and it was actually pretty simple to do. It was really easy to add a database using Supabase. It was easy to add users and user authentication, so only authorized users could actually add tools to our apps. So there we have it, guys. If you guys want to try out rocket.new, there is a link in the description to do so. I hope you guys got some value from this video, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one.